Blessings, beloved. And I am Jennifer Shira, and I help divine feminine leaders activate their original soul code so they can embody their highest divine purpose and walk their path more effortlessly. And code activations is part of it. And what is code activations? Today, we are going to talk and uncover and really get into code activations and how it is such an integral part and a next level way for you to step into all that you are envisioning, all that you're seeing that you want to bring into your life. And it's the go to for the golden age where this is the next level where you don't have to journal for months or go to sessions at an office and to get healings and get a little incremental healings or having something that takes such a long time to body or become in your life, wanting breakthroughs and wanting this now because there is just no time like the present to step into your highest timeline and your highest way of being. And I get asked all the time, so let's get started. What is the difference between praying, meditating, yoga, healing modalities, and light activations or light code activations? They all have their place, and I do all. But the one thing that I see the difference in light code activations is the incredible permanence of it, the strength of it, the speed of it, and the up leveling. And what comes in like blows people's minds that they're like, yeah, I was standing in here and I received it and the blue light came in and this pain I had in my hip, I've had it for 6 months and now it's gone. And, or, I've been wanting to have a new revelation come in about this one thing in my business. And, sometimes an ascended master will come in or councils of light, or you see sacred shapes or hear or feel, and they'll be sharing after a code activation. Oh my gosh, we just had one over solstice and these beautiful rings came in, and I didn't illuminate what type of rings they were. The type of light code activations I do have light language in part of them, and it's mostly guided. It's really simple. It's a way of just opening it through my voice and guiding you on a journey and holding that space. And so we had this one activation just recently that rings came in, and I didn't delineate the size or what they were exactly so that each person could move into what theirs was, and they all were different. And the stories, the testimonials, and the posts after, and the pictures, and the inspiration, and the deep messages and transformational changes that happened with just holding these activated containers of light is changing people's lives. And the testimonials that I receive from holding thousands of these is just next level. And it is showing that light and sound, how this universe was created, started with light and sound, is the base of opening your highest codes. I always share if someone's sharing something and it's so complicated and it's like layers and graphs and this planet and this ley line and you got to do it a certain way, and it's like, whoa, I'm overwhelmed. That's a lot. I better get a master's thesis and just how to do this. I usually say, there's something not right with that, because the highest ways of being are the simplest. The mastery, when you get to that mastery point, like you hear Buddha speak about, or some of the masters, they're just sitting under a tree and they're in joy and they are tuned into source and they are connected. And that is what I always share with people is feel in your body how you feel when you're with someone or you're in an activated container. And that is telling you the truth. And so praying, meditating, yoga, healing modalities all have their place. Moving into that alpha state, the restorativeness of healing modalities and yoga, praying and connecting to source. I open my day with that. I invite you to open your day, always connecting to source or creator or who you work with or who you connect to where you walk in that sacred energy and you come from that connected place when you get into the busyness of your life and the phones are ringing and the kids are like, where do we go? And work demands and family demands and money demands and relationship demands start to distract you and create obstacles sometimes. Like we just can't get back to source. But I always invite you to start your day with source. The days I don't are I can feel the difference. I don't have as much patience with myself or with others. And so I invite you to have those in your life. But what I also know is that the light code activations are bringing in your next level of higher dimensional divine purpose, divine masteries, divine gifts. And these are abilities that you cultivated and you were initiated before you ever were born. These are within you and they're not in your DNA. So many people talk about light code, DNA activations. No, that is not true. And, there's a lot out there that's not true. And I know who I get my information from because I know who I am and I know connected to source and I know why I'm on this planet. And I've been holding these codes for millions of years, this ability to hold space. And you can't tell me it doesn't work because I see it. And I also know it's very fun to say that one does this, and maybe you don't have that initiation. And so, really be careful who you sit with. Ask them, who'd you get initiated by? You're not initiated from a course with a certificate. When you hold space, these are light code space holders that you came into this planet and you hold these initiations. And they start to come in prolifically as you open your light codes. And light codes are at the smallest level of the cellular makeup in light. They are light, they're not DNA, and they are in you and they are dormant in all of us until they're activated. So, who can be activated? All of humanity. All of humanity can raise higher and higher and higher on their expansion, on their self knowledge, on their ability to connect with themselves, on their ability to start having new skills and new abilities and new wisdoms and new remembrances. This is about remembering again. You have walked this before, beloveds. You have walked in the temples. You have sat in the crystalline realms of light. I just got chills, so that's a yes. When we forgot, we were in councils of light. We helped create universes. We helped run kingdoms and hold these frequencies. And then those stay within you. And you carry them and you build on them and you bring those now into this life. And so these are the codes that I'm so passionate about to wake up within you, wake up within humanity. And what are the results? Living your highest gifts and masteries in this life now. Does that sound like something you would like to do? Waking up and you're doing what you love to do, you're getting paid for it, you're embodying the joy and bliss of what makes you sing and what inspires you and what turns you on. And this is walking as the new golden age. And that is what light code activations do. So at the smallest level, at the nanoparticle, what I even feel and when I tune in is that they're not even really visible on a microscope because they're not of the frequency of the scientific world. It would have to take a really high elevated scientist who is very connected spiritually on higher levels to be able to even see them. And that is what carries through because DNA is not going forward. DNA is the old operating system and it's a patch job. It was created by beings that had an agenda and they only get so far. So the bridge is crystalline DNA, getting you into the golden pillars and the pillars of light. So we activated those at the 555 portal of last year at the Temple of Isis and then gridded it through a grid that went through many sacred sites along the Mediterranean up to Turkey and that whole side of the planet to activate this within humanity because DNA is going away. So it's pillars of light that cannot be manipulated. It goes right to source. And so light codes are light within you. And so as the universe began with light and sound, you are going back to the original abilities and the original energy of your soul. And so I just invite you to just take that in because it's a big word, light code activation. And I invite you to tune into that and open that and discover that within you. You can definitely activate light codes on within yourself. When you're on portal days, like solstice or equinox, high holy days that are always activated and always celebrated within the ancient temples and mystery schools of the planet and of other realms. And high full moons and big cosmic alignments, Pluto returns, or huge changes in, like when Venus started her new orbit this year or last year and began a new 432-year cycle. Those are big portal days where the veil is thinner and you can step into that frequency and have an intention of what you'd like to open. You have gifts and masteries that are percolating and bubbling up within you. And my mission is to create sacred spaces and containers so you can enter that and you can move into your highest soul's divine purpose and activated mission and your highest gifts and masteries to come online. And so as we move into this next higher level, going towards the golden age and opening the new golden structures and the new golden energies, you are also activating. And light code activations are frequencies. Sometimes you can see them coming in, sometimes you hear it, sometimes you might get tired. In our containers, there's like much joy and bliss after, but sometimes you need a little rest after, as your body's a little denser. As we're actually activating as we are. We're not going to just one moment the light switch goes off and we're in a different dimension. We're activating. And so your dense body with flesh and bone and skin and blood and tissue is a little denser. So when we do light code activations, or you've been in a light code container of light, the light's in and it's going to integrate and it's going to do its thing. And the body sometimes has repercussions a little bit, like pineal headaches, because the pineal is your divine masculine seat of entry into your body, where if you're receiving something from above through your crown, it always enters the pineal. Well, the pineal can get encrusted. And so a lot of times when we do light code activations, people are like, whoa, they can feel the third eye, the light radiating. They've already opened their third eye, but it's growing. It's going to actually grow in size and light. And the light can sometimes come through the pineal. Then the pineal connects with the magnetic divine feminine center of your body, which is the heart. And then together those go out and then they inform your field around you. And that's what brings in your future events, people, places, and situations, is your electromagnetic thought and your magnetic heart, the divine feminine. As they meet together, that creates the reality you see. So the light codes are like the step before that. That is what is inside of you. I don't give anyone light codes. What I do is I create activated containers of light. And what I've noticed is that is the secret sauce. That is the place and the location where together we amplify the field using the universal mastermind law of gather with three or more and you move everything into higher energy up to the 10th power. And so we gather together as groups. And that is what I've seen as the future. We won't really download on our own anymore. And we will download as groups. And that activates higher and stronger and more radiant code activations. And it goes out on the ley lines. We grid it into the earth and it goes out on the ley lines and it activates the grids and it becomes part of the quantum field for everyone to access. It's all open source. And it's just as you move higher with entering these containers of light, you open a little more and open a little more. But what I've noticed is it's permanent. You don't like, oh, I felt this. Because once you see these visions and once you have opened it, it's open. Only if you manipulate it and you use it for not good and to hurt people or to gain something just for yourself or to take advantage of people with your powers, yes, you could lose it. And when you move higher in any ancient temple or mystery school at the Sahu level, which is in the ancient Egyptian lineage, is the highest level where you don't work with the high priestess any longer. High priest, you work with the netters and the gods and goddesses. And that is the Sahu, Sahu, is the beautiful level of, I think, where we're at now. And it isn't always permanent if it's misused. And that is the only caveat with walking a life of devotion and purpose and wanting to be in service and open your highest codes, it's always growing. And you opening into your next level is opening the planet, because as you have your breakthrough and your next level, you're creating the breakthrough for those waiting for you to have your new song or your new book or your new thesis or offering, or the smile when you walk in a room. Your radiance can activate the entire room and change someone's life. They're waiting for you to have your breakthrough so they can have theirs. So you are the divine leaders and way showers and creators of the new golden age. And that is who I work with. That is who I connect with and I take to the next level, so you can activate your communities and you can activate the souls that you work with by activating you first and taking that, the priestesses and the priest, leaving the temple, doing our sacred ritual, but leaving the temple so we can go out into the world and we can activate these sacred codes within all of humanity. And so we can effortlessly open the new golden age. And that is what I feel the light code activations are so increasing in velocity. And the strength, the things we are doing now is just nothing we were even doing, a few years ago, the level of what is opening now. And so as you come into activated containers of light, you are moving into your higher and higher and higher frequencies, and your gifts and masteries are starting to come online again. You'll start to see new abilities. If you're clairvoyant or clairaudio or clairsentient, they'll start to get more enhanced. You might never have sang before, and all of a sudden you're going to sing. You might be really calling something in. A sister was calling in wanting a recording contract. She's a recording artist, and we saw the vision, and I saw what the man looked like. We were in a training, and then a few months later, she texted me, "I have a recording deal, and the man looked just like you mentioned." And actually, I couldn't remember what I had said, because sometimes I'm in that field and I don't quite remember after. And it was just so amazing, because she brought in exactly what the code activations ignited in her. It's igniting something within you so you can be that match. So you come to a training, we give you practical skills, but you also get your codes activated. So you don't go home and it's like, wow, that was really great. I have this manual. Have you ever had that happen? It was so great in the training, and I need a little help. I'm not quite sure. Like, you get into a different space, because prayer, meditation, yoga, healing modalities are incredible, but there's not this permanent change at your cellular level within nanoseconds that makes you a match for exactly what you just learned. And so by giving the practical skills and the code activation, you are fully activated to move into that next ability in the here and now. And that's the results I'm seeing. And that's the importance of code activations: is their permanence, is their speed, and is their higher level, that you can always go higher. You can always open a higher level in the realm of light and the realm that you are, because you are a spiritual being having a physical experience, and your light that you are is the light that is needed on the planet. And so code activations is an incredible part of your pantheon of spiritual tools and abilities and modalities to take you to your next level and to activate your highest purpose and to walk the path of the divine feminine activated leader that this planet is needing and wanting and calling you in, and to be more visible and to walk that as you're calling, because you have so much in you. You have a big purpose and a big mission, and allow the code activations to take you there with more speed and effortlessness and grace, and walking that. And is that something that you want to have in your life? And that is something that I'm seeing daily with the results in our community. And so I invite you to tune into that and code activations and the light within you. And I just invite you even now just to tune in to your heart and just feel the cellular energy percolating and like buzzing almost with an electrical energy. Tune in to the light within each of your cells at the atomic level. Visualize them, open them, and in this moment, Feel a gateway opening, a golden door of light. Feel that now opening, opening and opening, allowing and allowing. Because as you relax and as you tune in, like with any meditation or any prayer, becoming very centered, hands on the heart is a beautiful way. It tells the body you're safe. And within 3 seconds, your autonomic nervous system is calm. Swirling that energy up, the divine feminine and then the divine masculine in that pyramid facing down, swirling that down, coming in from the crown as they start to flow. You have an upflow and a downflow of your energy centers. And just feel that now. And so as the code activations are such a huge part of what I see in the planet, and my divine mission is to activate humanity's new light codes. And it starts with the divine feminine leaders, the activated divine feminine leaders, the ones that are bringing the new ways of being and the new golden age to earth. And so if you have questions or comments, join us. We're going to have a free training in January 18th within the Light Priestess Temple Facebook community. It's free. It's intro to codes activations and become the new activated divine leader for the new golden age. And I invite you to join us free. It's at January 18th at 12 o'clock Pacific time at Light Priestess Temple Facebook community page. And join us, become a member and get this free training and walk into your next highest level. Open your newest frequency. These are your original soul codes. Light code activations and your light codes are your original codes coming online again. And so I invite you to join us and walk this path and step into your highest divine purpose and your sacred embodied life mission and all that you are bringing to the planet. You are so needed, so wanted, and feel the call within you and join us and walk this path. Step into light code activation containers, discern what is you're wanting and needing, and open that within you. Release anxiety, release overwhelm, release that lack of clarity when you don't have that message or that mission or that next idea coming in. And the light codes help to really bring in your next level that you've already initiated so that you can walk it now. It's like kind of like an instant soul retrieval without all the soul retrieval work, the effortlessness of that, of light code activations and the speed and the directness, right with source, always connected to source, bringing it right in, and bringing all your gifts and masteries in prolifically. Once I stepped into this and I started activating myself by going to sacred sites, and I was really on my own a lot as I would be in nature, sitting on waterfalls and being called to activate them. And then started with little circles because I didn't want to be visible. That wasn't really something I knew how to do. I had some scars in my field. It wasn't safe to gather. And so I had to really heal and work through that. As the light code activations, it's so easy and it comes right in. It was like, do I want to be visible? And do I want to be seen again? And that is something on my soul path that I've had to open and walk through and make peace with and really step into loving, connecting and loving being in this incredible path we're on at this incredible, powerful time on the planet. And the results of light code activations will just take your spiritual path, your relationships, your relationship with money, people, abundance, your relationship with your body. You can heal anything with light code activations. You can bring in anything. It's co-creating with the universe because you are the universe. And this is the next level. It's not law of attraction where you have to wait. It's not, I got to wait to my appointment. I got to go to the healer so I can get healed. I got to wait. I got to be in pain now. So I got to wait till I get someone else to give me something. It's all within you. You have all the abilities within you. Just, I invite you to come into activated containers to open that. Walking with us. We have a membership community as well where we are walking and we're having code activations and connection and community, and the results have been amazing. And so I invite you to check us out, lightpriestesstemple.com, and check out what's happening in the community and our free Facebook community as well for the free training on January 18th. And if you see this after, the free training will be up. So you can come and get the free training, the intro to code activations and becoming the activated divine feminine leader that you is within you and that you have always been. And step into that and join us for this free training, live or in replay. And I send you so much love. And I invite you to activate your highest codes and step into your highest mastery and your highest divine purpose. And sending you much love. I will see you in the temple.